because we love Smash Brothers, don't we? And there's something I like to do with Smash Brothers is to rank everything but the characters, because Lord knows I still can't play this game. But I'm carrying on from the trend of 64. Let's move on to the next game. That 13-month beast released all those many years back. My childhood and probably not yours, because their childhood was probably the 3DS, am I right? Super Smash Brothers! Yay! The amount of times I played team battles where it was just me versus my 3 siblings. The amount of times I went to my friend's house and every time I spammed smash attacks, he rage quit. Every single time I lost against my older brother and turned off the console. Many a stories, but that's for a different day. For today, though, we'll be ranking the victory screens with 2 different tier lists. One for the animations in the screens themselves, and one for the little jingles that accompany them. So without further ado, gamers, should we get started with the first character in the game? Mr. Wahoo Bing Bing himself. Mario!
Here are the 5 worst things Mario has ever done. Before we get started, make sure to like the video.
Oh, Mario, what have you got for us, Mario? Victory pose number 1. Again, I love the fact that Mario's back in his joyful and whimsical days, you know? Like in modern gaming, he's mean and edgy. But today, he's full of it, gamers. He's full of the wahoo. He's full of the here we go. It's Charles Martin at his finest, you know? And again. Here we go. Yeah! And this time he shows off his fire. No voice lines on this one, but he's got the fire. He shows off the fire this time. Again, as I said with Smash 64, I'm a big fan of joyful and whimsical Mario. I honestly, I like the here we go. I'm putting him in A again. He gets an A 2 times in a row, baby. I love the joy and whimsy that he has. But here's what the victory theme sounds like. Again, they've gone for, I think you can still hear the low note they went for in 64, but they've gone for a more orchestral vibe with a lot of these victory screens. And I think for the Mario theme, I think it really works. I like how this sounds. Contextually in the Mario series, works perfectly, obviously. And I think given that triumphant flourish, I absolutely adore it. Honestly, I might move this to S, but I'll leave it in high A for now and see how I feel later. Because I think the triumphant orchestra vibe works perfectly for it. I hope nothing bad happens to Mario going forward. The better of the 2 brothers, Luigi. How does Luigi stack up, gamers? He does the... I always called this the duck pose when I was a kid. I don't know what this is actually called. But yeah, and that's what I referred to as a kid. And it's just kind of stupid and funny that he does this. In Smash 64, he had some weird victory poses, and they kept the weirdness going. And ultimately, they finally fixed this. But the whole conceit of this victory screen, he swats to the left, swats to the right. He's tired, and he's like, "Oh, guys, hang on, I'm tired." But instead, he's just like, "What a fucking cute." Like instead of like swatting to the left or right to indicate that he's like kind of tired and had enough, he's like, "I'll fucking punch you to the left and to the right. It doesn't matter who's coming at me. I'll fucking kill you." This is the Luigi's death stare before the Luigi's death stare. Again, I love this. This is where the bang bang celebration comes from. But like, they didn't give him the bang bang voice line. It just says, it's just a sped up 64 voice line. Oh yeah, I love his face on this one. Yeah, his face just looks, look at him. Yeah, bruv, he's a shooter. He always knew he was a shooter. I like how Luigi kept this strangeness from 64. I'm a bit upset that they changed some of his poses and they kind of didn't carry on going forward. But I think it's fair to say they kept the strangeness of Luigi's victory poses intact, right? I really like that. I'll put him in high B. I like him, but like I said, I think it's kind of a bit of the worst of both. It doesn't have the same chicanery as 64 did. It isn't as quite like feature complete as the later ones on. So I'm gonna leave him in high B instead.
Mario! How dare you disturb my family vacation?
Are you guys ready for the guy? Bowser. Bowser, Lowser, Wowser, cool Bowser. Yeah, as I said, Bowser in this era was very like generic stock reptile sounds. Again, I always thought his voice line was kind of weird. Do you know what I mean? All this victory pose was kind of weird, honestly. It's like, I get what he's trying to go for, and in the later games, they kind of fixed it. But it's like, he's trying to crouch down and go like, yeah! But like, again, with the goofy-ass default sound effects, it doesn't quite work for me as well. Again, it's got a bit of that melee jank, do you know what I mean? Why has he got his beat? Hey, yo. Hey, yo, Bowser, is that the reason why the game was rated T for teen? Is that why? Holy BB. Okay, maybe he is Wowzer. Maybe instead of Lowser, maybe he is Wowzer, guys. Maybe he is Wowzer. Whoa. Okay, I like that one. That's a really cool one. The whirling fortress into like over the shoulder pose. Ayo, Bowser, looking kind of cool. You know, this is Wowzer. If the last one was Lowser, this one is Wowzer. And I like I think the sound effects, the whirling fortress, I like it. I like this one. This one is good. This one is good. This one is one of those ones that's quite simple, gets the job done. I like what they did with it in Ultimate, in that like he runs into frame, then does the double swipe. So in this one, it kind of looks a bit basic in this one. I do like the Cooper Claw sound effects that play. You know, the swipe sound is from his Cooper Claw attack that's exclusive to this game, I think. So as far as I'm concerned, he only really has one that I'm like, I love to see. So only 1 out of 3 are really winning for me. One is okay, and the other gets the job done. So I suppose we just kind of give him a gets the job done, eh? So in the later games, they definitely gave him a lot more aura. So I can imagine Bowser's a big threatening monster, so we won't get actual Bowser in Smash anytime soon. Yeah, you think so? Bowser in this game was less big menacing villain, but more like, hey, it's Bowser, you know? Hey, it's me, guys. I'm Bowser. I'm gonna kill you. I'm gonna kill Bowser, guys. It's kind of what Bowser feels like in this game.
Dear Mario.
Peach gamers, everyone's favorite princess. Bum 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 ba-da-ba-dum, ba-da-bum, bum. If my memory serves me, Melee Peach's line delivery was just like a bit weird. As you guys might hear.
This is fun!
Again, it gives me that they just plucked a woman from the street and just said, "Can you just say this is fun, please?" Compared to this like Ultimate Small where she has a bit more flair to it. It's just, this is fun, guys. That was pretty good. I like the wink and the royal wave on this one. I think this one's kind of ruined by the fact that unlike the ultimate variation, she keeps doing, like her idle animation keeps doing the royal wave. You guys don't know, like waving like this, it's a bit of a royal wave, so that's what she's referring to. If I'm going to nitpick, she is moving her hand a bit too much. Supposed to keep it. I learned about this in primary school. Supposed to keep the hand close to yourself and wave like this. That's the royal wave. She does it very well in Ultimate, not so much in this game. Fake royal. Fake royal. Oh, did I win? I don't know. Did you? Did you win? See, in Ultimate, she's like, oh, did I win? Like, you can tell she's being very sarcastic, very cheeky. But this one is like, she almost feels like she's confused as well. She's like, did I win? The 64 glass pose. Oh, it actually is the 64 glass pose. Hey, that's actually quite nice. I like it. It doesn't have the same sassy energy as it does in Ultimate. She sounds like she's on anesthesia. A little bit. Instead of smug, she's yeah, exactly. It's supposed to sound smug, which is what they did in the later games, but not in this one. A good skeleton for what they would do with Peach later, but in this game, I don't think it works as well. So I think once again, she can join Bowser in the it gets the job done sort of thing. They're all good. None of them are bad, but they're all just kind of like, you did all right, Peach. You did all right. You did okay.
Get the fuck out of my way, bitch.
The Dr. Mario. Oh, be careful. I'm a doctor. I think it still looks just as goofy in Ultimate, but like, I think in this game it works a little better because like the camera's dead on you. I think in Ultimate's one it's off to the side, which makes it look even worse. But at least now he's like, time to check your pulse. You're dead. I think it works very well with the intro tagline. Like, you know when you unlock a character, it has like a cool text box comes up to indicate that you unlock the character. I think Dr. Mario's one is, Dr. Mario is in the house. His prescription? KOs. And it's like, this feels like the image that would go alongside it, you know what I mean? It goes hard. Feel free to screenshot. So I think it's goofy, but it works for me. It's like funny goofy. I like this one. I like this one quite a bit, I'll be honest. And then this one, hey, listen, lazy Sakurai. Lazy. He just reused the here we go. I can't believe lazy, greedy dev. Oh, modern game devs are so greedy. They were greedy back then as well. I can't believe. Yeah, honestly, a bit lame that they just reused victory pose here. Obviously, short dev time, so I get it. But it's still a little lame. I love the little magic trick he pulls off. He's like, and I think he does the same in like Ultimate and like Smash 4 as well. But like, I really love the use of the sound effects and in this one. I think this one is like my favorite rendition of this victory screen. Dr. Mario, again, his stethoscope one is just really goofy and it makes me laugh. The Here We Go one, a bit of a shame it's reused. And this is probably one of my favorites in the series. And I think this version of it with the sound effects, I think also works better. I like the cheeky smile he does in the ultimate rendition, but I think this one is probably my favorite rendition of this. So I'm gonna put Dr. Mario alongside his maybe a bit much considering one of them is reused, but I just really like the other two. Like, honestly, like the one being reused would be a massive marker against it, but the other two I absolutely adore. The stethoscope one is goofy and it's funny, and the pills one is like one of my favorites in the series. So he gets an A, despite, if he had another good one, he'd be an S. Like, if he had another original one, he'd be an S, but I'm going to leave him an A instead. I'd say over is well. The Doctor is in. The Doctor's winning so far. Of all the Mario Universe characters, I think Dr. Mario is definitely winning so far.
All right, this should be pretty easy.
Yoshi! Hey, my fella. Oh, come on. He finally gets to do it. Firstly, he doesn't look ugly as shit. And it actually works. It's like, he does the pose, he does the spin and, I like it. I like it. He doesn't look ugly. It actually is kind of cute. I think he keeps all of them from Smash 64, so there's not like any new ones here, which maybe might be a markdown, but I just like that they look actually like viewable this time. Do you know what I mean? I think the use of the Yoshi voice line here makes it seem less cold, because the whole idea is like, and him just giving the Yoshi kind of like ruins that a little bit. I think they fixed this in Brawl Onwards. They make it like a voice line instead. So I don't think the voice line suits this one, which is a bit of a shame, a little bit of a markdown. But either way, I still like the pose. And then they don't use the Yoshi one on this one. How strange is that? So the one where he's trying to like do a cold pose, he's like, Yoshi. But in this one, he's like, you could have used the Yoshi on this one, right? But they didn't do it. How strange. Why are his legs so creased? Hey, leave his legs alone, okay? He's doing a lot. He's trying to look not ugly, okay? But I like the pose. The pose is cute. I like Yoshi. Yoshi's victory screens always look really cute. I could maybe understand not putting him in S because again he doesn't use the Yoshi line properly. Some of it's essentially all of them are reused from 64, but I just like how he actually looks like a proper Yoshi this time. Do you know what I mean? I like the evolution, despite it being simple, just works very well. Plus it's Yoshi, he's adorable. Okay, I'm gonna be honest. It's just Yoshi's an adorable. I am literally the Scott the Was Nintendo Yoshi fan that he's making fun of. Cute. I love Yoshi, but I have played Metroid, okay? So Yoshi gets the inaugural spot in my S tier. I'm not gonna lie, it's literally just Yoshi there. I'm gonna be honest. I'm gonna be so honest with you guys. And Luigi does in fact make me gassy. And I'm not beating the allegations, chat. I really am not beating the allegations, am I? Tell me this does not fill your heart with joy and whimsy. I love the at the end. It looks so good. I think they kind of like did a strum at the end, but that extended note, and I'm so glad they kept that for all of them. We'll talk about this one later, don't worry. But this, it's just a dream. It's a dream to listen to, honestly. Yeah, there's no shocks here, right? There's no shocks here, I hope not.
You ever hit peace sign and belt out Musty?
Sometimes I do, I go, Musty!
The monkey chain! The monkey's fist! The monkey!
Hey, Donkey Kong! Or just DK as he's called in his name. DK! Donkey Kong! There's just something about the way he looks in this game that's just like really unnerving. I don't know about you guys, but like him just staring at the camera like this, just I don't know, fucks with me. It's that dead-eyed stare. One thing I absolutely love about Ultimate, and I don't think it gets enough credit for this, is how like animated everyone looks in that game. Like compared to like even just Smash 4, the game before it, they made it a lot of characters look so much more animated. And I think DK is one that benefited from that so much. He looks like an animatronic in this game. He really does. So I like obviously the reference to DKC. It's just unnerving, isn't it? The pitch black void is not helping neither. It really isn't. I do like this one though. This one is really cool. All right, the one he does the flip and I like this one. This one's kind of nice. Yeah, See, I like that smile way more. Like when he's posing and actually hitting a proper smile, I think it works. I think when he's doing like a closed mouth smile, it feels a bit too uncanny. I like this one a bit better. Still got a bit of uncanny vibes to it, but I like this pose a bit better, you know? Okay, again, you can see the skeleton of what they wanted to do in later games, but again, I think DK just looks a bit too stiff. You know what I mean? He looks a bit too stiff in this game for it to really, really work for me. So, DK, my man, I like you. I like you a lot, but it's not working. It's not working out in this game. It really, really isn't for you. You look a bit too stiff. What about the victory theme, though? Is the victory theme going to save my Kong? I like the big, like, flourish at the end. I will say though, it's probably like, I don't know, hot take maybe? I would say it's like the weakest of the three though. Like I like what they did with it, but I don't think it's as good as the OG or the Brawl Onwards version if I do say so. Nice, but not my favorite. So I'll give it a tier that reflects that. I was like, it's pretty good. I like the other ones a bit better. I think this one's like the worst of both worlds, if that makes sense. It doesn't sound like Super Nintendo-ish enough, and it doesn't have that jungle feel enough. I think it's like the worst of both. Still sounds good, but not to my taste personally.
Gee, it sure is boring around here.
Link! Or Wink, as the announcer kind of calls him. What's Link got for us? I remember liking Link's a lot in Smash 64. That crouch, sheathing the sword pose was really fucking hard. What about this next one, though? Again, not as dynamic as is 64 one. I suppose it works. I like this over-the-shoulder pose. I like this over-the-shoulder pose better than the 64 one. Like, you know, it just looks, he just has that menacing face about him. You know what I mean? I like it. I feel like this one, the camera doesn't work in his favor. Like in later Smash games, when he does his, brings a sword up and pose it higher, I think the camera kind of helps that one a lot. I think it's in Ultimate's one, they kind of pose the camera underneath him to like make the sword really feel like it's pointing upwards. So I think that this one doesn't really work with the angle. I think this one is an instance where the cinematography of later Smash games really helped this one, but this game doesn't really work too well. You know, like you barely see any of his body. Do you know what I mean? Like he's like his hand is clobbering half his face. So as like a pose, I'm like, I can barely see you, Link. I can barely see you, lad, you know? Overall, one of them is worse than the 64 one, but good. The other one is tough. And the third one, less so. I think overall, you've done a solid job, Link. I think it's solid job, worse than Luigi. I think you've done a solid job. Definitely could have been better, though. Maybe even down here, I don't know. Actually, I think for the third one, I'm gonna put him in C+ instead. High C+ instead of low B. I think is where he deserves. I think the third one just really doesn't help him. So obviously, it's a rendition of the overworld theme, similar to Smash 64. So how does it sound in this one? The more orchestral theme, does it work out for you? Again, the later ones I think are a better reference. The Smash 64 one just sounds a bit better if you ask me. So I feel like, again, this is one where the melee orchestralness doesn't really work for me. So I think it has the DK problem, where it gets the job done, but I'm not also like pogging crazy, but even worse than DK's one. You know, I would say it's especially because the later one is just so much better because they added a new flourish to it. So yeah, I don't know. This one, it gets the job done, I guess. I think Zelda, like bar for bar, has probably got the worst victory screens in the entire series. If I recall correctly. Is my memory correct? Like, see, that one's just okay. It's just like, you know what I mean? It's like, yeah, okay. Showing off some flair, not too bad, but it's just kind of a bit better than the first one, but just weak still, you know? And I think this one's got to be the worst of it, right? Where is she? Look. I think Zelda until like Smash Ultimate, literally until she was Link Between Worlds Zelda, was like fucking sourceless. I'm gonna be so for real with you. Absolutely. It was literally like, they were like, what can we do? Have her pose to the sky, have her do some fire, and have her, I don't know what they were gonna do. I'm gonna be honest. Until like Ultimate, she was fucking boring, bro. She was fucking boring. Another woman made boring, honestly. She got the Farah treatment in Overwatch, but in 2001 instead of 2016. It's unreal. Yeah, I'm not even doing like stoic is bad thing. I'm okay with like, as I said, I like a character being like reserved, but she's not really doing anything. Like the pose where she's like flexing with her fire kind of interesting. If there was something a bit more of that ilk, maybe I'd give her a C. But there's just literally, like, what is happening? She just goes, like, and then just fucking goes, like, what are we doing here? You know what I mean? There's, like, nothing happening. Even though Peach's one where, like, you know, like, the voice delivery was not as good and the animations are a bit, you know, not to their fine degree, it works. I can see Peach going, oh, did I win? And, like, doing a royal wave. Again, not realized as well, but I don't even know what they're going for here with this one.
That is Zelda?
Yeah.
Sheik is Zelda?
Yep.
Are you fucking shitting all over both of my nuts?
Again, a bit more dynamism, a double kick into a pose. I like already, Sheik is doing a bit better. She's flexing her gamer moves, you know? Although she does suffer from a bit of Zelda syndrome, because I think she does another one where she looks off to the side, I think. Oh no, hang on, this one again. Another cool pose. I like it. But she is Zelda, so she is just going to pose on the third one. At least it kind of like gives her a bit of a smug attitude. She's like, you know, at least she's kind of like, it feels a bit braggadocious. You know what I mean? So it kind of works a little better. But I don't know if she's the thinker. Bro, it's not the think. I think it kind of, as a pairing with Zelda's one, I guess it kind of works. Because Zelda's one, like, she's looking at the side. Sheik is also looking to the side. It works a little better than Zelda's one, but still a bit strange. And I'm glad they changed it in the later games, honestly. They changed it definitely. At least 2 out of 3 of us are good. So I think she definitely makes at least the B tier, and I think that's where I'm gonna put her. I think I like Luigi's a bit more, but she does a good job.
No! Not into the pit!
Ganondorf. Everyone say that like Ganondorf. They used the Warlock Punch voice line to give that pose a bit more flair. I kind of fuck with it, guys. I kind of fuck with it a little bit. You gotta hear it again. I would argue that that voice line fits in better than the later one they did. Like, I think if I'm not mistaken, they kept the same, like, pose. Well, he doesn't, like, crouch, but, like, they kept the one where he goes, but they gave him, like, a voice line instead. Well, I think that fits a bit better. I just kind of like the... Chat is making the joke, but, like, it does look like he's he's not even doing, like, a... to, like, really flex his... He's just doing a... Another one where I think his voice kind of carries it. Who did they get to do his voice in this fucking game? Holy. I think that laugh is literally exclusive to this victory screen as well. Like, it's literally, they recorded a unique laugh just for this one. This is a cool pose, though. This is a cool pose. It's a shame it'd taken, what, 2 more games after this to fucking actually use it. I also like the dark energy. I don't know if you guys noticed it, but the dark energy that surrounds his sword when he places it on the ground. That was quite a nice touch. 1 amazing one, and 2 ones that, while okay, are carried by the voice delivery. I think he also goes in A. I would play Ganondorf just to hear him goes,
Bye-bye.
Again, it has the same problem as Link's, but not as pronounced, since obviously you can see... Is this shirt kind of clipping? Do you see that, guys? Is this shirt, like, clipping into his face? I never actually noticed that. Holy shit. But yeah, because a young Link's not covering his face, the pose works a bit better. But yeah, I don't know. And now that I've noticed that, that's kind of fucking ugly. I don't know if this the recording software this person's using kind of, like, makes it clip, so I don't know about that. I don't know if it's about that. I'd have to try it on my own. Definitely looks a bit weird. Listen, I'm not gonna lie, this has always been one of my favorite ones. Whereas Link would, like, sheath his sword, like, triumphantly. Young Link is like, all in a daze. I love this. This is, like, easily one of my favorites in the game. Like, just single-handed. I love this one. And just a simple belt buckle. It works. Bit boring, though. It doesn't feel as triumphant, so definitely a couple of marks down for that. So overall, you have, what? One that's kind of a repeat that's a bit, like, clunky because of the clipping thing. One that's just a bit basic, but the middle one is easily, like, one of my favorites in the whole game. So I think he owes at least a B, but I think that's it, really. I don't think I can put him any higher than this. I'll put him over Sheik at least, because I really like the... I'll put him there. You could tell Young Link was not a priority. Filling out the roster type moment, that's what it's 13. Guys, it's 13 months. 13 months, chat, 13 months. Summers! Yes! Gamers. Summers! The schemes went Samus. My goat Samus. I love Samus. I feel like in 64, I don't think they captured her character that well. Although in fairness, like, well, they only didn't know much source material to pick from. So did they do a better job in this one? I think obviously, you know, flexing her fire moves, doing the iconic Metroid pose. I think they've already done a better job of characterizing Samus because it's the pose gamers. I know what that is. It's the pose. It's the Samus crouch pose with the gun up. Yeah. A bit simple in all fairness, but at least it does the pose. So at least you got that going for you, you know? This is Metroid pose 2, literally. There's no pigeons for the shirt this time. Good lord. I can't. What? That was such a strange fucking victory screen. Holy. Again, flexing some moves. Again, I like what they did with the pose in this game. Again, one of them was a nice reference, and the other two just look kind of cool, don't they? Like, I feel like this is like a cooler version of what 64 was going for, with a reference in there too, the iconic Metroid 2 pose. So I feel like this is just a straight upgrade from 64, really. I could see Metroid. I can see Samus hitting any one of these poses in the game. You know, the hit this one, this one. I think they work very, very well here, especially with the half kick as well. Literally a massive step up from 64, 100%. I think, well, I'm not enough for S though. I want S is like, I love absolutely everything about you, honestly. I'll put an A though. I think a lower A. Just for the sheer upgrade she got from 64. Much better job. What about the victory music though? Metroid. I think this is one where the Melee orchestra actually works quite well for the Melee's one. Like I said, I think with the Zelda one, not for me. With the DK one, not for me. But with this one, I like it. This thing always sounded a little drunk to me. I don't know. I like the snare. Like, it's the use of the snare. Do you know what I mean? I feel like this is something that fits Samus quite well. You know what I mean? I'll put it in high B though. I'll put it in high B. It doesn't hit the same highs as Mario or Yoshi though. So I'd put it in high B.
Oh goodness, I might die soon.
Kirby! Now we've got 3 Kirby dances instead of 2. And then the third one. Again, I like the fact that the little ching syncs up with Kirby going, yeah! But I think if there's one thing I don't particularly like about this one, it's just how slow it is compared to the later renditions. One thing I liked, I think one thing that really works with the Kirby dances is how quick and dynamic they were. I feel like this one is a bit too slow paced for me. I don't know if anyone else feels the same way, but these ones just don't work for me as well, you know? Like, it feels like Kirby's just moving in slow motion. I feel like the music doesn't really help neither, you know? So I don't know, it doesn't really work as well for me as the later ones do, if you ask me. I can only put it as high as B. I'm gonna be honest, it just, like, the speed kind of puts me off. I feel the same way about the music as well. I'm gonna be honest, I feel the exact same way about the music. Again, in the 64 one, it's like... In the Brawl one, it's... Again, in this one, it's just a bit too... Nah, I don't like what they went for here. Same effect as DK. I'm just like, every animation being a dance is kind of lame. I think I touched upon that in 64. If you find it lame, I get it. For me, I just like it. I like the Kirby dance. As far as I'm concerned, they could keep doing the Kirby dance animations, but it's just in this game not so. You know, I'll put it high B, C actually. C for the music and C+ for the animations. I'll put it there. It's Mr. Melee himself. Fox. Come on, that voice line is iconic. Mission complete. Isn't it just the Japanese VA? They couldn't be bothered to record an English VA. I miss this one so much. Can we bring back this Fox VA? Can we do it, please? I like the, you know, looking left and right, striking a pose. I like the sound. You know the sound of the blaster? You can hear the sound of the blaster twice, and then the mission complete. I think everything works. The sound design and the pose. I absolutely love this one. Again, another cool pose. Pretty similar to his other one in that he's scanning the area, but this time he puts the gun away and strikes another cool pose. Although, as a kid, there was one thing that always fucked with me. Where's the holster? There is no holster, the gun just disappears. Even as a kid, I'm like, where's the gun gone? There's no holster. The gun, like, is as big as his leg. There is no holster. It's a magic satchel. I haven't seen one. Good day, god damn. 13 months. Is this another 13 months moment? I love the fact that they use the Mission Complete in all three of them. Although I like the fact that in the later games, he just like poses without any sort of like voice line. I like that as well. But the Mission Complete is so iconic. Like, I just like that they use them for all three. In the later games, some of the cinematography is a bit lacking. Some of it I really enjoyed. We'll talk about those later. But in this one, I think it works very, very well. I really like it. Fox is no stranger to S tiers in every melee-related ranking. Fox joins Yoshi in the S tier. I love him. I love Fox's screens in this game. Like, I think that if the problem I had with the 64 one is that, like, the ending didn't feel as triumphant enough, which I feel like they finally fixed. This is one where the melee orchestra really fits. I really like this one. I really do like the Brawl Onwards one. I like that one just as much, but this one's good. This one is fantastic. This doesn't spark the same joy as Yoshi's one, but it's definitely fundamentally sound. Oh, the guy, Falco, big fan of Falco. So the question is, chat, whose Mission Complete is the better Mission Complete? You heard? Can we hear Fox's one more time, just for the road? What about Falco's one? I like, but oh, it's a tough one. That's a tough one. Also, that screen is just hard. Oh, how cool is that, bro? The multi-kick into like cool ass pose. Come on now. I think the camera doesn't help him as much as the later games do, because he's kind of like looking away. But the kick into poses, fucking A, come on now, come on. Again, quite similar to Fox's one, although without his tail flicking up as well. I don't think it works as well as Fox's one. A simple copy-paste job that didn't work as well, if you ask me. Again, this is one where the cinematography doesn't help him neither. In the later Smash games, they kind of like made the camera jump up to like really make him strike a cool pose. I like the cool pose at the end, but like him jumping off camera and the it's kind of cool, but doesn't work as well in this game. Again, that pose is fire. I just love the pose. The pose looks really fucking cool. Is it enough to jump up to A though? I think one of them being a straight copy, but the other two, I'd say high A. I'd say high B. They're just too iconic.
Mission complete!
Okay, for Mission Complete, I'll put it in. I lied, guys, I lied. I just remembered Mission Complete. Mission Complete takes him to low A at least. I think that takes him up a tier.
Mission complete!
Ah, it's a Pikachu.
Is it time for Pikachu? Is that how you pronounce it? Pikachu. Pikachu. What's Pikachu got for us? You know, just like how fat he is, I'll be honest.
Parent.
Smash is the only thing that made me miss Fat Pikachu. When Pokemon fans talk about Fat Pikachu, I'm like, shut up, nerd. When people talk about Fat Pikachu in Smash, though, I'm like, I'm here for it. I'm so here for it. The voice line without the lips moving. The Pika Pika. I think it's another Samus situation where I think he keeps the same 3 from 64, but because of the added expressions you can have with Melee, I think it works out a lot better. Like again, in his old one, he wasn't smiling on this pose, but I think the smile works so much better for him here. And this one's the same as the other one, which is a little bit boring, but so I'd say he has 2 that I really like, and the third one's a bit boring. I'll admit. But Pikachu, he's adorable. He's adorable. Okay, he's adorable. He's an adorable little goober. Okay, high B. I'll put him high B. Okay, I like B. All right, he's adorable. Okay, scrimply deaf. I don't even like Pikachu that much. I like Pokemon, but not Pikachu. But in this game, he's winning me over. This fucking yellow bastard is winning me over. Okay, I can't explain it. Can I explain why I don't like the music that much? Again, it's just it being an excerpt from the title theme. When there's like I said this in 64. I like it when you reference like a triumphant moment in your home series. With Mario, they did it perfectly. With Donkey Kong, they did it perfectly. With Zelda, Brawl Onwards, they did it perfectly. But in this one, again, they reference the title theme, and then even the melee renditions, not really as... I mean, it's good. I think it's probably my favorite rendition of the title theme victory screen, but it's still just a bit like... You know, like it's just a bit like it's mainly the source material that I'm a bit upset with. You know, like in a game that has so many victory screens and musics and themes that you could have picked from, just picking the like a flourish of an excerpt from the title theme with a flourish, not really the best. Again, the best version of this rendition, so I think it just about makes B. like as a rendition, but I don't think it, like this is as high as this is ever gonna get. Oh look, yeah, again, the thing plays after you beat a gym leader. You know what I mean? That has a cool flourish to it. You could have like smashified that. I don't know. Lame. It's Pichu. Oh my god, it's Pichu time, gamers. Again, I think this is one where melee isn't quite helping you as much as you'd like. In Smash Ultimate, Pichu's adorable. Got a bit of bug-eyed stare syndrome though in melee because of the lack of like idle animations. You know what I mean? Like the leg kicks were really cute, but I think just the blank-eyed stare doesn't really work for it in this game. You know what I mean? Again, they're all adorable. It's just the fucking the blank-eyed stare afterwards doesn't work. Okay, that one works a bit better because at least he's striking like a cute little pose. He's like, yeah, that one works a little better to like offset the blank-eyed stare. But yeah, definitely got that a bit of that. We call it the melee stare of death syndrome. Like Donkey Kong has it, Pichu has it, Pikachu kinda has it. But yeah, definitely the melee stare of death syndrome. So I like the animations. I just don't like the idle afterwards. Definitely doesn't help. Do his animations have enough flair to get into B? I would say so. I'd put him like, I'd say the older brother does it better, you know? But yeah, I think Jiggs' problem as well was like stare of death syndrome from 64. Does Jiggs fix that in this game?
No.
Again, not beating the melee stare of death allegations. Again, I don't really like that one neither. Like, also, I think this one replaced the like little vibe one because like in 64 she did one where she was like, you know, and instead they replaced it with her just like puffing up. I'm just like, boring, innit? It's a little boring, innit? Like, what's this? I mean, I'm all for like changing up the victory screens, but you made it like worse. Like this one's worse than the 64 one. You took the only one that I really liked in 64 and just made it worse. What the hell? How'd you do that? And again, I think this one doesn't really work because in like the later Smash games, like she keeps falling asleep and then waking up and falling asleep. So the idle animation really sells this one. But in this game with no idle animation, it just doesn't work. It just doesn't work. Again, this is another case of 13 months, man. They got the 13-month syndrome.
Yeah, Jig's pupils don't move at all until SSB4.
So even in Brawl? Yeah, no. Again, they took the only one I liked from Smash 64 and made it worse. You're not as bad as Zelda, so I won't put you in F, because Zelda's like a fucking tragedy. But I think Jigglypuff is definitely jiggity skibbity, you know what I mean? They need to make that new character in the Skibbity Toilet lore. Leave the little indie company alone! Never, okay, I hate Nintendo. I hate Nintendo and all Nintendo products.
Mewtwo!
Oh, are you guys ready for Mewtwo? If you've never heard Mewtwo's once, I hope you're kind of ready. These kind of go a little hard. That laugh. It's that crusty melee-ass laugh I love. They could never replicate that in any other Smash game. I love that laugh so much. This is the reason I mained Mewtwo. I feel like it fits Mewtwo so perfectly because it has that like villain energy with a little smugness. This laugh just really, it's so evil and smug at the same time. I fucking love this laugh, honestly. Again, I think the laugh doesn't fit this pose as much. Maybe they could have done a different one. I think in the later Smash games, he goes when he strikes this pose. I think fits a bit better, but I still like hearing the laugh regardless, so I'm okay. Are you guys ready for this one, though? Are you guys ready for this third one? Oh, what did they tell the guy in the fucking booth? What did they tell him? Just like do a scream. Like a zombie, just do like a scream or something. Why is it that long? Again, they do the same like voice in like the later Smash games. Like, and then they get short, punchy. It kind of works a bit better. But in this game, I'm just like, what is going on here? Who's like the grunt lasts longer than the animation. Like, listen. Like, the animation's over. The animation's finished. He's idling now. But he still keeps going. Oh man, it's so bad. I love it. Who's flushing the toilet using burps? Get out of it. All his poses are brilliant. I think the laugh works very, very well. And I think this one is just so bad it's good. This one is just so bad it's good. There's only one spot for Mewtwo, if I'm being honest. His pose are fire, the laugh is amazing, the burp is insane. It's only the voice direction you get from a GameCube era video game. It has to be yes. I think it's probably my favorite. I think it's probably my favorite in the game so far. Oh, it's the guy. Gamers, are you ready? There's one that goes hard. That one's pretty solid. I like the click, the charge up into. Yeah, I like that. I like that one a lot. Good, good. A shame there's no voice line, but again, the double kick into a pose. I think that takes him up to an A, gamers. And do we not know what makes him an S tier? Oh, I love that voice line. That voice line. One of the best lines ever to exist. And I like that, unlike the Mewtwo one, I feel like the voice line matches the animation a bit better. You know, like as flexing, you can see his like chest, he's shaking, his animation, he's really flexing those muscles. Fucking love it. You can't go wrong with any of Captain Falcon's animations. They're all dynamic. They already fit his character. The voice lines are iconic. Listen, come on now. I think this is another easy S tier contender. Not as S as Mewtwo's one, I would say. I'd put him between Yoshi and Fox, but this is another easy S tier contender. I love it. If you see a Falcon victory screen, you're winning every time. You're laughing. What is victory? We haven't had a victory theme in a while. What about his victory theme? Again, I think the it does what the 64 one was going for, but actually makes instruments that doesn't sound dog shit. I would like to have seen this one happen for another game. I would have liked it if this one was like the Melee Brawl one, and then in Smash 4 they changed it, you know? It's a shame this one only got one game. Is it better than these? I would say it's better than these three. Is it better than Fox's one, though? I would say yes. Is it better than Mario's one, though? I would say no. So while this one maybe doesn't sound like as crazy or as good, not only does it work in the context of the game itself, but I think that guitar really sells it. You know, maybe it makes it sound like a victorious theme. It fits Captain Falcon's character as well, and an electric guitar you'd associate with the Captain Falcon, and it just, and as Matthew said, it's just really hype. So I think even though it might not be the craziest instrumentation or use of the electric guitar, it fits him perfectly and sounds extremely hype, which is all you want from a victory screen. I don't even know what game this is from. I haven't even played F-Zero X, and maybe I never will. Who knows? Oh, Ness. I think this is one where like the victory screen doesn't really work for me. Like, because in Smash 64, the audience was behind Ness. So when he looks around and goes, I think it works a lot better. But in this game where there's like no audience next to him, he's just in a black void, I think this victory screen just doesn't work as well. Especially with how like the animation is a bit stilted compared to 64's. In the 64 one, you can clearly see him like look left, look right, look front, and then go. But this one, it feels like they sped up the animation and looks really stilted. If I slow it down, you'll see what I'm talking about. So like, look, you see, it just goes. This looks really robotic, doesn't it? It's like he goes from looking left to right and immediately just does that. There's no like in between where he looks forward and goes. There's just something really janky about this animation. It doesn't really work that well for me, you know? Yeah, like it's too far. There's no in between. There's no in between here. It just goes straight from, you know? And I never liked, even as a kid, I thought this looked kind of bad, honestly. I never really liked this one at all. They gave him back his smile in this one, at least. They had the same victory screen as 64, but he didn't have a smile. So in this one, he has the smile. So I'm like, okay. I like the sound of the bat swinging as well. So this one's an upgrade from the 64 one, at least. I like the okay. I like the okay in this one, but this is one where like the lack of expression in like Melee is probably not really helping him that much. It's the Melee stare of death syndrome. Even though I do like the okay. It looks like he's jumping, but it doesn't look like he's moving. Like in later games, with the added cinematography, you can see him like jump forward twice and then go, you know? But in this game, it looks like he's just jumping in place, which just doesn't really work that well, does it? And I think this is one where you could easily animate the mouth moving. I've been quite like liberal to the fact that like a lot of the voice lines aren't animated, but like him like clearly saying okay, and they could have just made it go okay, and like it would have worked. You could have made it like flappy mouth and it could have worked for the animation, but it's just like, yeah, Ness got a rough transition to Melee. Honestly, if there was ever a character that got the rough end of the 13-month syndrome, it's Ness. He only has one that I think is done slightly better. I don't know. I'm gonna be honest. I'm sorry, little gup. I'm never playing Earthbound again, okay? What the music, though? I think to me, this one has the same energy as Yoshi's one, where does it sound like a triumphant moment? Maybe not necessarily, but I just like the way this sounds a lot. Like, the instrumentation on this one is, like, really cool, you know? Again, it kind of harkens to the same energy as Yoshi. I kind of like it. Not to the same degree, but there's something about this that really makes me feel like, oh, I did win a game. I think I probably prefer the later renditions, but I'm gonna be honest, I really like this one. Again, it's got that same Yoshi energy for me, so it feels you were enjoying Whimsy, even though if it doesn't fit the typical victory theme mold. Like, Falcon and Ness are up in A tier for two totally different reasons. Falcon's one might not be like crazy on the instrumentation, but it sounds triumphant as all fucking hell. This one is like the reverse. It might not fit a victory theme, but it just makes me feel good. It just makes me feel kind of good, you know?
Hey, funny edit guy here. I was gonna put a funny little clip of the, the ice climbers, and then, with the text and all that. But the first thing I look up when I search up ice climbers on YouTube is this. This is what 4 decades without a game does to someone.
Ice climbers! Is Ice Climbers cooking? I think Ice Climbers ones are like quite simple, but I really like them. Like, none of them like are crazy in terms of animations, but like I kind of like it. They're just adorable. Do you know what I mean? They're just both very adorable, and I love that for them. Again, I think the lack of idle animations doesn't help this one as well, because they're just suspended in the air. Whereas like in the later games, I think they keep jumping, which I think works a lot better. But I still think it's quite adorable, so it works. And I think the next one is definitely my favorite one. I like this one. Again, very cute, very simple. Maybe the second one is let down by the lack of victory animations, but I love this one. This one's maybe not one of my favorites ever made, but I just love the way it is. I just love the... One more time. I like the fact that because you can choose who's the one at the front, Nana or Popo, it kind of works as well. Like, they get to switch places sometimes too. I think it works very well. It's simple, but adorable. And I think an easy... A-tier contender. I'll say low A. What about the Ice Climber victory theme, though? It contextually, there was literally nothing else they could have picked from, so it just works. But what about how it actually sounds? And one where the orchestra works very, very well for this. Again, it's not got the DK problem of it not working. It's got the melee. It sounds amazing with Melee's orchestra. I absolutely love this one. Again, I love the flute on the interlude. You know what I mean? Like the flute in the middle of it. Yeah, this one's easily one of my favorites. This is one of my favorites ever made. I'm gonna be honest with you guys. I absolutely adore this theme. The Melee Orchestra with the Ice Climbers victory theme is an absolutely perfect marriage. I absolutely adore. I feel whimsical having heard that. Before we had the Fire Emblem Apocalypse of the Smash Ultimate scene, we only had 2 Fire Emblem characters. And here comes the first one. Again, I think Marth is kind of carried by the fact that he speaks Japanese. I'm gonna be really honest with you. Him speaking English in Ultimate,
I live to fight again.
You realize how fucking lame a lot of his lines are. The day is mine. That battle was good. I'm just like, they just sound like him speaking in Japanese just sounds way cooler. It's literally just Japanese, therefore. I'm gonna be so honest with you. In Ultimate, he's got no aura. No aura. But this one is... Again, I like the sound effect on his sword as well as he sheaves it. I quite like it. The pose is pretty simple. Gets the job done. Oh, bruv. Tell me that sound effect on the sword swing isn't like perfect. One more time. Come on. Hear that? I wish they did. I wish they kept this sound design for the later ones. Again, they're allergic to making their mouths move, but again, the Japanese just sounds way cooler. It just sounds way cool. I'm sorry, listen, I'm not beating the PogPlayz Japan allegations. I'll be real with you. I'm not beating them, okay? He just sounds cooler when he's speaking in a language I don't understand. It just sounds much cooler, okay? I would say this is definitely the weakest of the 3 poses. I don't know why he's putting his hand up to his face like that. Bit weird. But I like him. And again, I think it gave, I think in the context, I think Cracktrap also says something that I was just going to touch upon. But like, I think in the context of who Marth is, it works perfectly as well. Again, no one knows, at this point, it's 2001. No one knows who the fuck Marth is. So like, we got this guy, this cool swordsman looking guy, fucking speaking Japanese at me. I'm like, who is this guy, you know? I was like, who is this guy? Why didn't they translate his lines? What the fuck? What's happening here, you know? So like, one character speaking Japanese just works very well. And yeah, I just don't like it. I don't like the English VA in the new one, okay? Call me a fucking weeb, all I want, okay? I don't care. I'm not beating the Filthy Frank allegations, okay? I'm not. 2 out of 3 of his poses, I think, work. The third one, a bit lame. Again, the fact that he speaks Japanese definitely carries the day, I would say. Another A-tier contender, I would say. Not better than Ice Climbers. I'll put him here. Again, another low A contender, I'll say, honestly. Listen, I like it. I'm not beating the Japan allegations. I don't care. I don't care. How does the victory theme sound, though? It kind of just takes the Fire Emblem main theme and, like, mixes it with a bit of flourish for a victory theme. Although, unlike Pokemon, there's, like, not really that much victory sort of themes in the Fire Emblem series. At least not up to this point. There are themes when you're about to win that they could have used. I think, I know there's one in Fire Emblem 6, but that wasn't out yet. So there are maybe some other themes they could have used, but there's not really too much they could have picked from. So a bit more understandable that they would use a title theme in this one, even if it's a little lamer, you know? But how does it sound, though? This is one where, if you ask me, I think the Melee Orchestra works quite well for it. I really like this rendition. Is it better than the later ones? Maybe. I don't know, actually. But I like the slower, I like the flourish at the end. I quite like it. It's classy. I quite like it. I just look at the main theme music each. It can feel very triumphant. Well, I just said, like I said, contextually, I prefer if you use something that fits your home series, Castle. It's not hate. It's just a bit underwhelming. It's not hate. Calm down, soldier. I don't hate it. Put it here. I'll put it in high B. I think it deserves high B. I don't think it gets any higher than that because I hate title theme. You know what? I'm a title theme hater. It's going to see now. You ruined it. You ruined it. Blame Carstorm, okay? Carstorm ruined it. Guys, it's more Place Japan again, isn't it? I think Roy's VA sounds cooler than Marth's one. Again, digging his sword into the ground. I like it. You telling me that doesn't sound as good? Like, you telling me that he got in fucking Smash 4 doesn't sound as good? Okay, obviously, you know, I have to give him minus points because this Fire Emblem game didn't even come out yet. So this was like a self-promotion. Bit lame. It's a ban-worthy offense in my Discord. It should be a ban-worthy offense in Smash. Again, I just like this. This pose is just really cool. Does this pose just not look really cool to you guys? Again, it's got that same fact. You know when he does this Marth with the spinning sword one? Look at it. Look at this. It looks so cool. He's hitting the dab. He's hitting the dab, guys. I think Laid Back Kane says it nicely. Roy's so cool, and then in the game he's fucking mid. He falls off so fucking hard in FE6 is unreal. But in this game, I think he just the poses he strikes are just kind of cool. I think the Japanese definitely helps quite a bit. I would say I like Marth's ones a bit more though. So I don't think he cracks.
What the fuck?
I'll put him here. I like him though. Roy's solid. The final character in the game was added in the last minute. He did the Mew thing after Mew existed in Pokemon Red and Blue. Mr. Game and Watch. Again, all of them are basic, but I think they kind of have to be to fit his character. So if we're talking like his victory poses fitting his character, I think they work quite well, but they are like a bit too simple. It's got the Kirby problem, right? If you're a fan of Kirby doing the Kirby dance for 3 times, I get it. If you're not a fan, I get it. It's the same with Game & Watch. Game & Watches are like deceptively simple because you're a simple guy. So if it works for you, it works. If it doesn't, fair. For this pose, I don't think it works for me though. I think there's another one later that works quite well for me, which is the one where he's like... I think in this one they removed it. You know the one where he like is like in multiple different poses in like Ultimate and onwards? They switched it for that one. So I think in the later games it works a lot better. But there's just something really funny about him just going, you know, I just really like this one. This is probably definitely like the most objectively best of the three, because obviously it references the bell, you know what I mean? The iconic bells. I think this one definitely works the best as a victory theme or victory pose. But I just like the middle one the most. I just like the middle one. This one I just love. This sounds so stupid about this first one. I absolutely love. Honestly, he really does feel like a character that wasn't supposed to be in this fucking game. Honestly. It really does feel like it. Game & Watch, I just sign about it, man. The sign of it, you can't hate him. Again, they're very simple, but like purposely so. So while you might not like him, 100% understand that. But they fit his character very well. And in the later games, I think they do a much better job keeping it simple, but giving it a bit more character. So I can see you ranking him low for that. But I don't know, there's just something about that stupid middle one that really wins me over. So I would say he definitely goes into A. Is he better than Mars? I would say so. Ice Climbers? I would say so. Margaret? Yeah. I think he works here. I think he's better than Samus's, but not as good as Mario's. I think he fits in the middle A, honestly. Hang on. You better not put him low. Do you know what? I'm doing it now just because he said that. Skibbity tier. Don't put me. He ruined it. He ruined your dinner. Brawl Onwards one, I would say, works far better as a victory theme. Let's just hear it. Again, it has those Game & Watch bells and like Game & Watch sound effects that you're used to with a bit of a victory flourish. Does that make sense? This one, I'd say, works much better as a victory theme, but there's just something about this one that just like fucks, like they're just like, it feels like an alien. Like it really feels like he came from the second dimension, you know? There's just something so strange about this. The way it fades in and then fades out. There's something so alien about the way this sounds. And even though this one, I would say, is the objectively better victory theme, because it sounds like it has that victorious flourish, there's something about this one I can't explain. One thing I love about this, it kind of harkens back to the fact that Game & Watch is such a last-minute addition. Thank you. It feels like a lost thank you. Thank you so much. That is the exactly perfect way of phrasing it. It feels like something that they kind of just like, you weren't really supposed to see like a VHS tape you found in like the attic or something and put in. There's something about this one that fucks with me so hard, right? And I think it really fits, especially with the flat zone theme in Melee. It also has that alienish kind of feel about it. It really goes to show that like they didn't really know what they wanted Game & Watch to be in this game. They added him last minute, just adding some like sounds like last minute. They didn't really know what to do with him. In the later games, again, they made him like flourish a bit better. Like they made the Flat Zone 2 theme sound like a bit more like musically like jaunty. They made it feel like a bit more of a character. But in this one, I just like the fact that in this game they just didn't know what they were doing with him. So it kind of gives me that 2001 energy of like, I don't know what the fuck I'm doing with this character. I don't know what direction to take him. So just make him feel like a bit alienish. Like he's a foreigner from the second dimension and they in the third, you know? There's just something about this that I absolutely adore, I'm gonna be honest. And there's just something about this. I don't know what it is. Would I be crazy for putting an S tier? I am crazy. I'm a crazy man. But there's just something about this theme that I absolutely adore. I fucking love this, man. I just love it so much. If they brought this back in the next Smash game, I'd be happy for it, honestly. I'd be really happy. It speaks to the like kind of rushed nature of Melee. And the Santa Bat, it makes it feel more mysterious and different. Yeah, the Santa Bat. I hope you guys are picking up what I'm putting down, because I don't think I did a good job describing it, but I think it works very well for me. And there we have it, gamers. There's all the victory themes. So here's all the victory poses, and here's all the victory themes. A lot of these in the higher end, which is quite nice to see. A lot of them hovering in the A and B tier. Definitely a couple of standouts and a couple of less than stellar moments. With the victory themes, though, I think overall they did a fantastic job on this one. Again, a couple of ones that don't really work for me too well, but overall, I think that's where they all stack up. I had a lot of fun doing this. And I had a lot of fun finally getting around to finishing this video. Thank you so much for watching. Which victory screen did you like the best? Have you ever given this more than a passing thought? I don't know, I think for me, like, the flair of victory tastes all the more sweet when you're character as a pose that you like. I'm the same with Overwatch as well. They call them highlight intros in that game. I always like a good highlight intro. Or like when you win in a game and you get to like do one last emote to like flex your victory. I've just always been a fan of the little flex before you win, you know? Or if you win. In the same way that I can tastefully flex all of the members that keep this thing a-going. Starting with the Wizards looking oh so wizardous. Hey, they love casting spells. And the Royal Guard looking strong as ever. As well as the Knights you can see in the description. If you made it this far, be sure to leave a like as well on your way out. And until next time, there's your lot.